Hey, what's up? Ian from Powerhouse Miniatures. This is a Warhammer 40k showcase video of the Imperial Knight Armigers from the Forgebane box set. So there's a Warhammer 40k 8th edition box set, came out a few months ago, and again I'm recording these in advance at some point, so or the past, depending on your perspective, I guess. So when you're watching this, I'm not recording, uploading them at the same time. But for me, Forgebane came out a few months ago, so really cool. It's an 8th edition 40k box set, and it is Necrons versus Admech. And they introduced a couple of new miniatures. These ones, basically the one that people enjoyed the most, the Imperial Knight Armigers, or the Knight Armiger. And then on the Necron side, you got in the box, there was like Warriors and a Cryptek, and then I forget something else you get. I forget actually what's actually in that. I only bought this half, the Admech half, I got it on eBay. So basically the Cryptek is a new one. It's got a new sculpt, and he's like riding a cool little tomb spider. Like it's proper cool, dynamic little look. But cool, they included a new thing, and then obviously you can't buy them separately yet, and so they're deliberately, that's not a mistake obviously, they're deliberately making it so that people trade online and trade on eBay and all that sort of stuff until they release it separately, because they're not daft. Like, they know people do that, especially, I mean, there's millions of pounds worth of stuff on eBay at all points, and so they're deliberately, obviously, intentionally fostering that trading culture amongst people to build up a community, which is kind of nice. And so in the Admech side of things, this was the new one. They're super cool. I don't actually have an Imperial Knight. I've got a Forge World Knight, an Atropos, or Atropos, whatever you call them, the Cerastus one from the Mechanicum, but I don't have anything to actually compare it against at this point. But they're sort of like 2/3 the size of a normal Imperial Knight Titan, and then they're on a 60mm base, as opposed to the like the 170, I think it's 100, yeah, the oval one that the Imperial Knight comes on. So they're actually quite a lot smaller. And in terms of the rules and stuff, like, it reflects that. They've got this multi-melter, and they come in little squads, but other than that, it's a similar sort of thing. And they're super cool. So I'm really glad they're doing that. There's going to be a standalone box released soon, hopefully, and again, soon to me, or whenever you're listening to this and all that sort of stuff. It's probably already out if you're listening to this in a few months' time. But and again, like a few months for you and not me. But they're coming out with a separate box, and hopefully then there's going to be some weapon variants other than the two that come in the box, because you get the chainsword thing, and then the multi-melter weapon, and that's it. So there's really nothing else. No other choices. And I think on the top, on the hull-mounted weapon, you can choose a multi-melter, or a melter gun, sorry, or a stubber. And so the customer went with a melter gun. So super cool. Like, really, really pleased. The initial success of the Imperial Knight was absolutely massive, and when they first came out a few years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago now, the original Imperial Knight Army came out, and the Imperial Knight Titans were super, super popular, not only because they're super badass and it's like a Lord of War, huge Titan thing that you can bring, and they've got crazy rules and weapons and stuff like that, but it was also that it was like, you could have about 3 of them in an army. They were quite powerful against some armies, obviously, because they've just got those crazy, like the battle cannon and the thermal cannon and stuff. Even the basic Paladin and Errant, 3 to 5 of those could make you a decent 15 to 3,000 point army, obviously. And now all the Forge World stuff, all the Forge World, like the Mechanicum Knights, and just absolutely awesome. They released that Chaos Knight as well, like the Nurgle one. So cool. And so here they are. They've carried it on. It's just a much smaller one. I suppose it's bigger than Dreadnoughts. Probably same sort of size as a Redemptor Dreadnought, the new Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought. Just slightly less chunky, but just absolutely awesome. So really, really cool. Forgebane 40k 8th edition box set, absolutely killing it. In the Admech side, you get a Tech Priest Dominus, 10 Skitari, and then these two guys. And the box set's I think it's about 90 quid, so you can get it for 70 quid online on the independent retailers and about 70 quid on eBay. And so people were splitting it up into the Admech side and then the Necron side of sort of 30-40 quid each, and then doing that. So actually, if you play either one, it's cool to get the alternate sculpt to that Cryptek because it's new and all that sort of stuff. But these ones in particular, the Armigers, people were splitting them up and selling them separately, and then people buying up just the Armigers to fortify their armies. So in terms of the paint style in particular, I basically used that tape, the little like tape to block out the lines, and it came out super neat. So I was really pleased with that. And again, it's just like a striking, it's real classic yellow hazard, like warning stripes, with a nice blended red and a gold trim. So not a great deal to say about them. Just like the miniature itself's awesome. They've got cool rules, and then I don't know it's probably a reflection of my own lack of foresight and that sort of thing. But when they come out with some of this new stuff, it kind of blindsided me. I wasn't really expecting them to be so awesome. I wasn't really expecting... I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. I'm not sure. I think it's more of a reflection of my own perceptions of stuff. You know what I mean? But really cool. So that's your lot. There's pictures of these on my Instagram. I've been posting to Instagram probably more regularly than my Facebook these days. So at Powerhouse Miniatures, or facebook.com/Powerhouse Miniatures, powerhouseminiatures.com, all that sort of shit. You can find my eBay store, ebay.co.uk/store/Powerhouse Miniatures. I think you can find anything on there. So that's it. As always, appreciate you watching.